Electricity supply extremely tight and government could consider virtual schools. Good evening, I'm Greg Hose with your news at 6 o'clock. Eskom has warned of extremely tight power supplies after one unit of the Kubo power plant tripped out. Eskom says it has a 35,514 megawatt capacity available for tonight's peak, when people return home and turn on their stoves and heaters. This leaves a buffer of less than 500 megawatts. Eskom added that the nuclear unit was being brought back online gradually. It's asked customers to switch off all non-essential appliances. The Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga says her department may consider opening virtual high schools in future. A virtual school allows distant learners to be taught through online methods instead of being physically in a classroom. The minister was responding to a parliamentary question from COPE MP Smuts Ngonyama. Mercedes Besent reports.
Ngonyama wanted to know whether the department is keeping abreast of the developments of virtual schools across the world. He also wanted to know whether Motshekga intends implementing a model similar to the Uruguayan Basic Information Educational Program for online learning. But Motshekga says the South African Schools Act makes provision for public and independent schools. She says the Act does not make provision for online schools. They are establishment, neither are there current regulations governing online schools. She says although South Africa is not considering the virtual model at this stage, her department may consider it in future.
The city of Cape Town's denied claims that the mother city is developing into a transit point for ivory smugglers. The International Fund for Animal Welfare earlier said Cape Town and Johannesburg were hotspots for illegal wildlife trade. This after two men were arrested for the alleged illegal possession of elephant tusks worth more than 7 million rand near Cape Town International Airport. Mayoral Committee member for Tourism, Grant Pascoe.
It's unfortunate people label our city, and it's really unfair. I mean, it's unjustified as well. And we're working desperately to promote our brand. Cape Town as a gateway to Africa. The law enforcement agencies are working behind the clock to eliminate illegal activity.
Figures released by South Africa show that gold output fell by 2.9% year-on-year in May, while total mineral production rose 1.3%. Platinum fell 6%. Tabi Lekwa is head of macroeconomic research at Standard Bank.
We have seen negative numbers throughout the year and most of last year, and it's largely because there needs to be a lot of investment in mining as a whole, but also gold is currently slowing down, and platinum too. Platinum mines continue to struggle because their main customer is car producers in Europe. And because of the benign economic growth in Europe, the platinum industry is being hit.
SADC foreign ministers have strongly rebuked the chairperson of the African Union Commission, Jian Ping, for denying issuing a statement that he's to pull out of the race for the new chairperson. Ping has issued a strongly worded response on the AU website in which he attacks South African government officials for using the media to claim that he's cut a deal not to stand for re-election. He's facing a challenge from the Home Affairs Minister, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, for the AU's top post. International Relations Minister Maiten Kwana Mashabane says SADC ministers are enraged at Ping's conduct.
Minister of Botswana had responded adequately to the abuse of African Union resources, the website, the letterhead, and we find this to be a little bit overboard.
Half a century after their first live gig on London's Oxford Street, Mick Jagger, Keith Richards and the rest of the Rolling Stones will mark the band's 50th anniversary at a photographic exhibition later today. Guitarist Richards says the Stones have met up for rehearsals, fanning rumours that a new world tour may be in the works. Photos at the exhibition and an accompanying book track the rise of the band, who played their first gig in 1962.